Get your popcorn, add butter please, and Johnny's less calories, and take your seat, silence your phones.
Tejano TV presents. It's the Three Amigos Show! Starring Big Daddy D. Burleson, the Midnight Cowboy Marcus Daniels, E.L. Guy, Juan Mendoza. Tonight's special guest, it's Genyva! Brought to you by Chingon Radio, LilahLisaPromotions.com, Hacienda International Productions, musician Janie Farias, Azul Tequila, taste the new face of tequila. Archy's Homestyle Burgers in Cotulla, Texas. The Tejano Conjunto Music Superstore, Janie's Record Shop, and Tejano TV. And now, let's get on with the show.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us here on another episode of the Three Amigos Show. We're live on Tejano TV, Facebook, and of course on YouTube. And of course, we want to thank our sponsors, my baby Lilah Cervantes with Lilah Promotions, Danny Farias, Janie's Record Shop, Hacienda International, Archy's Homestyle Burger, and of course, Azul Tequila, the new face of tequila. I am Juan Mendoza.
I would say I'm the Midnight Cowboy, but you guys know I'm not. This is DJ Nune. Marcus Daniels couldn't be here tonight, so I'm filling in for him.
Awesome. Yes. And I'm Genyva.
Awesome. Thank you so much for joining us, Genyva. D is having a little bit of technical issues. He's out there in the middle of the mountains in Colorado, so he's having some internet issues, I think it is. And Marcus, of course, he's got another interview with on Bumpers Wacky Wednesday, so that occupied his time a little bit. So right now it's just the three of us, and we're here with our very special guest, Miss Genyva from the Rio Grande Valley. Genyva, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you. It's been a while since I don't think I've ever been on this particular show. I know that you've interviewed me before, but I don't think I've ever been on Los Amigos, right?
No, it was on. It was usually on Chingon Radio. Before we started all this here. So, and of course, it was streaming on Facebook at the time, but it was more on Chingon Radio.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, I'm super excited. We've, it's like I said, it's been a while, so we have a lot to catch up on, and just excited and, grateful for the opportunity to connect with your audience, and, just blessed with everything that's been happening in my career.
Nice. Well, before we get started, I just want to thank everybody, like I said, everybody for tuning in, and just to let everybody know real quick, that we are, he took my overlay off. Anyways, we are now available on Google Play Store. If you guys have Androids, you guys can download Tejano TV and you can watch Tejano TV, or you can listen to Chingon Radio throughout the day. Right now, I am working on the iOS, which is the Apple App Store. I'm working on that right now. It's giving me a big headache and a nightmare. I've been fighting with it for the past 5 or 6 days. And we are also, of course, on Roku and Firestick, so you guys can watch Tejano TV 24 hours a day. We got a lot of great content for you guys and more content coming your way. So make sure you guys, like I said, for now, download it on the Android if you guys have it. It will be available soon on Apple, on all your Apple devices and iPads and stuff like that, as soon as I can figure this stuff out. They're real picky on the iPhones. They're real picky on the Apple side. So, but we'll get it eventually.
Yeah, so shout out to your wife. I'm so sad that I didn't get to make it out this year to the internet gala, but I just I had a lot of stuff going on over here back home, but I did get to see a lot of the interviews, and I was just so bummed that I wasn't able to make it, but I'll definitely be there next year, and so just excited, like I said, with everything that's going on with Genyva. I've been working a lot, pushing my music on radio, just getting my name out there. I haven't really been doing too many live shows under Genyva Grupo Adicción, but we're working on a production right now. So, towards the end of the summer, beginning of the fall, you'll be able to start seeing some, Genyva live performances, and just excited for that. We've been I have a band out of Monterrey. Saludos a los muchachos de la Raza Monterrey. And so, we've just been getting a lot of stuff together. We have to make sure we have permisos and just, it's a lot of things that we have to have in place before we can, start doing our live shows. But, I wanted to, start off first, making sure that, I was getting airplay. I've had a couple #1 hits under my belt, and that's, been amazing. I know when this new single, El Amor de Mi Vida, came out, it went to #1 on Más Chingon, and also our music video. So there with DJ, how do you pronounce it? Nune or Noon? Nune. Okay. So, I mean, it was just exciting because, that single is doing really, really well. And, I mean, it was filmed in a circus. So, I mean, it's overall an amazing production. And I mean, I'm just excited with the response that I'm getting. I was looking at analytics last night on Spotify, and, we have a lot of support in Mexico, so it's doing well. And I'm just excited to, hopefully be able to share it with your listeners, with your, with your audience. And I'm grateful for the support.
Man, I enjoyed the video because it was like completely different. I was like, I don't think I've seen a Tejano video to like kind of take place like in a circus setting.
Yeah.
That was awesome. And I was like, there's a lot of questions that I got to ask, the performance that they did, when they're hanging and they're twirling all over the place. And I was like, man, those are awesome. And I've been to circuses before, and they're awesome. And it takes a lot of patience and training to do that, especially when you're up in the air like that and they're just twirling and holding on by their hands and stuff.
It takes a lot of strength, and it's draining. Hi,
I'm back. I figured out what it was. One, yay!
What happened?
You and I are both on the same user account at the same time, and that was the difficulty. And so now I came under a different account. Ta-da! And we're back. Hi, Genyva.
Hi, how are you? Yeah,
I'm just lucky to be here.
Oh my gosh, before we go back into the video, I just want to say, man, Golpe Traidor was one of the songs that, pretty much, launched my career in Tejano music. I used to sing that song with Grupo Sierra. It was like one of my favorites. And, back then, it seemed like something unreachable to be able to even communicate with artists such as yourself, like Eli La Reina, Stephanie Montiel. It was just kind of like, oh my gosh, hopefully I'll get to meet them one day, and to now, be sitting here before you, being able to tell you myself how, that song, really inspired my love for Tejano music. I feel blessed. And I know that, I pray that one day, somebody's able to tell me, your music inspired, my love for Tejano music. And so I just, I wanted to share that with you. And I'm grateful for artists such as yourself that, brought music to light, that, created artists such as myself. So I just wanted to share that with you because I haven't had a chance to see you in person, but at least I'm able to tell you.
Then you're telling the wrong person because I didn't sing the song.
I know, but you were part of Culturas, I mean, but you were part of the band at the time.
You should be saying.
Yeah, but she's not here.
Well, you know what? How about if I surprise Delia and have her come on? I'm going to call her right now and get her online so that way you can tell her personally.
Yeah.
Let's hope she's going to hate me for it.
I mean, I know you guys were. I know you guys were a team.
I'll be right back. You guys may continue on. I'll be right back.
I'm having flashbacks of our first episode.
Yeah.
Over a year ago.
Do you mind?
No. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Hey, I'll be a flashback for her. Juan, get rid of me. Get rid of me.
Okay. You're fired.
BRB.
So like I was saying about the circus, it was an amazing experience. One, I got to film again with Ryan Basan. The night before we filmed El Amor de Mi Vida, we had won this award right here, which was Video of the Year with Aunque Sea Nuestra Vida with Ryan Basan. And so it was amazing because, the song is talking about love, right? And the story behind the couple that's featured in the music video is that they actually fell in love in the circus. So it was, I mean, it was like it fit perfectly, and just their show in itself fit perfectly with the music video, and I mean, it turned out great. You know, like, I mean, I'm always one. I direct all my music videos. I write all my storylines, and so I feel like, you know, God is the one that always puts these ideas in my head. I mean, I think that, you know, music videos should be creative, should go with this with the concept of the words, and I mean, I think that pretty much all my videos I've been able to deliver when it comes to that. But I mean, that, you know, filming at Cirque Italia was, I think, one of the best experiences of my life, because I mean, it was like a water circus, and you know, to be able to perform the song in the center of the ring, it was just so magical, and I mean, I loved it. It was amazing.
That's cool.
Thank
That's really
you.
cool.
You've had a
It's
lot
like,
of
it's like Juan was saying, you know, it's one of those experiences that you know, not many people get to talk about out of a music video.
Yeah.
So how did the idea of using the circus come about? Like, who did you get in contact with to be able to make that connection
Well,
happen?
I contacted their media department. You know, it was just weird because I was in the studio recording the song, and I was on, I don't remember if it was TikTok or Facebook, but I was trying to think of an idea, because Aunque Sea en Otra Vida was actually supposed to be filmed with the mermaid and at a circus, but when I passed by the house that is featured in Aunque Sea en Otra Vida, it's like this whole other storyline came into play. And so I always had an idea of wanting to incorporate a mermaid somehow, right? And I was at the studio, and I was, you know, flipping through my phone, and all of a sudden I see this ad for Cirque Italia coming to Mercedes, Texas, and I see this mermaid, you know, going up, you know, into the, you know, I mean, it looked like she was going up like into the sky, you know, and then I see that, you know, that this guy like arrived, and it's just kind of like, oh my gosh, like that's the story. And so I called the phone number that was listed on the, you know, on the website, and they put me in contact with their media department, and I told them that I was a recording artist from, you know, the Rio Grande Valley, and that I knew that they were going to be here. And I said, you know, how would you guys like to collaborate with me? You know, it's like they always say, if you don't ask, for sure the answer is no, right? And so I just, you know, I took this vision, you know, by the horns, and I said, I'm going to go with it. You know, you know, they could either tell me yes or no, you know. And so when they went and they saw, you know, some of my other music videos and heard the song, they're like, we'd love to work with you. And so it was that simple, you know, as is reaching out and getting with their team. And of course, you know, we help each other. I promote the circus, they promote my song, and so it just kind of worked out for it, you know, for itself. So don't be afraid, you know, to dare to dream, and just ask, you know. And you know, I believe that God made it possible for me. You know, He's the center and focal point of everything in my career, and ever since I gave Him my life, you know, just all these doors have opened for me, and I'm not afraid, you know, to take that leap of faith and just do what, you know, what I feel He puts in my path. And
Awesome.
I mean, it turned out amazing. You know, this is going to be my legacy, guys. You know, when I'm, you know, 60, 70 years old, you know, these music videos are what's going to be left to my, you know, my children, my grandchildren, my great grandchildren, you know, to be able to say like, that was my grandma, you know. Un saludo para todos los que no hablan inglés. Les saludo a su amiga Genyva, y estoy aquí con los tres amigos. Estamos platicando de mi más reciente sencillo, El amor de mi vida, y lo que se tomó para grabar este video en el Cirque Italia. Y los invito a que me sigan en todas las redes, que sigan también a mis amigos aquí, que se conecten con todos los artistas. Ellos nos apoyan, nos dan una plataforma para poder conectarnos con ustedes, y pues agradecida con Dios de la oportunidad de conectarme aquí con mis amigos, con DJ Nune y con Juan, y pues aquí pues echándole muchas ganas.
Nice. Well, speaking of people who don't speak English, let's go see what Dee's up to. Dee, what's going on? What's happening out there in the streets? Oh, he can't hear us?
No. You quit.
He's jamming to something.
I think he's messaging Delia.
D.
He's probably watching the interview with Marcus or something.
When you tell him you need to connect on the other one, connect on the other one.
Pues de parte de nosotros here at Tejano TV, ahorita quiero darles gracias a Marie García, que se encuentra aquí con nosotros, José Luis Salas y Maricela.
Oh, that's my dad.
Verónica Hernandez that says hi, Genyva.
Hi.
Here through Facebook and YouTube. Tony González, que se encuentran aquí con nosotros. He says saludos, Genyva, también.
Yeah,
So-
him and Veronica are huge supporters of Genyva. I'm so blessed to have their support. They always come out to my shows, and I always invite them to just like family gatherings and stuff, because I don't see so a lot of people are like, oh, my fans, no, I see them as my friends, my family. Te amo, papi. My dad. And so I'm blessed to have the support. Hi, Maricela Guajardo. Saludos, Maricela. I'm just so blessed for those that, have invited me into their homes, into their cars, into their life. I create music because it's my passion. I don't live off of it. I do it because I want to be able to connect with people that are going through, just some of the songs that I create, to mend hearts, to have couples, fall in love again. I'm a hopeless romantic, I'm about to celebrate 30 years with my husband on the 7th of May, and there's not many couples that kind of stick it out anymore, and I just, like, I tell him, that, so I'm gonna love you forever, the day that I'm gone, or that you're gone. I told him, I said, I'm never going to remarry. So you guys are witnesses that if he leaves before me, that I made that promise.
Video now.
So 30 years and you're 46. So you guys were high school sweethearts?
Yeah. I was with him since I was 16. We married on our 17-year anniversary on the day, May 7th. And so this May 7th, we're going to celebrate 30 years. We have a 25-year-old daughter and a 22-year-old daughter. So
Nice. Well,
super blessed.
happy early congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you. Te amo, mi amor. He should be watching, hopefully.
Now, your videos are all unique because they have different settings, different things going on. Like one you did was in an antique shop. The new one is in the circus. The other one was in a house in the backyard.
The plantation,
Yeah, those big old houses and everything else. Do you own all those houses?
No. These are houses that, like every place that I've filmed,
Who's in real estate?
No, it was not. No. Like, for example, the house of Aunque Sea Otra Vida, that house, it's called the House of the Orange Blossom. And I'm originally from Edcauchelsa, and now I live in Westlaco. So whenever I go visit my dad, we have a couple of rental properties in Elsa, we pass by there. And that house, even since I was little, we would pass by it. The story was that was like one of the most haunted houses in the valley, right? And I would always say, man, God, because I've always been, I don't know, I've always, I can't say passionate, but I've always been very intrigued by the supernatural, because since I was little, I saw a lot of things and, unexplainable things. And so I would always say, man, I hope that one day I get to go in there, because honestly, like, there was never ever a family that lived there for longer than, a couple of years. It was always somebody knew. So I was like, well, maybe the stories are real, because they would say that, if you would sleep there, you'd wake up outside, that because supposedly there was, money buried under the house. So it was all these stories that you would hear as a child. You'd be sitting in the car and you'd hear the tias and the tios talking about it, so it was always curious. So one day that I was on my way home, like all of a sudden, when I tell you that God shows me, I literally just like everything you see in the video, like he showed me. I had just met, a gentleman by the name of Mario, and he had lost his father to the Vietnam War, and we were invited to a documentary that he was screening here called Operation Tin Man. And so when I met him, I just felt like, man, you know what? I want to incorporate a Marine walking up to the house. And so I kind of did like a love triangle story where the maid falls in love with the son of the owner that had just come back from the war. And that, little did she know that he was, because he tried to, like, he flirted with her, and so she thought that they had a future. And then it turns out he was going to marry someone else, so it was just like this big old twist. And so I got to go inside the house. I didn't feel a single thing, but it was a beautiful experience because, that was kind of like a thing I was able to scratch off my bucket list, going inside the house. And I mean, and it's a beautiful home.
Yeah.
The property is amazing. And, the couple, that own it are great people. And so, if you go onto my social media page, after we filmed, we did like a video premiere there, because now it's like a wedding quinceañera venue. And so we had, we had like I don't know, maybe like about a month later, we did a video premiere. And so it was beautiful. But, I don't know. It's just God puts all these visions, like that one that you're talking about, that antique shop.
Yeah.
Ryan Basana had driven down from, San Antonio. We were supposed to film. It was supposed to be at this place called Quinta Mazatlan. It was going to be like an outdoor video for Como Te Atreves.
I think you said the weather had interfered with it or something.
Yeah, like it started raining and everything was muddy. And so I was just looking for an outfit, and I asked to borrow the bathroom there at Modern Vintage. And when I went back into the warehouse, I was just like, this is the perfect place to film Como Te Atreves. And so it's just got a whole bunch of cool little trinkets and all these vintage, like luggage and all these paintings and all this art. And so I don't know, everything has just been, it's just been God sent. And even that video that I filmed with Stephanie Montiel, Cosas del Amor, we filmed it at Casa Polonia. So, I
was going to bring that the video up too, because I saw it. I think it was earlier today or yesterday, actually. And I was like, I'm going to bring that up about the house, because that house was huge.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Yeah, hopefully one day you can come down to Westaco, Texas, and I can take you out. Maybe we can do kind of like a, where I can take you to all these places, do something different where I can take you to where we can interview, and we can go out to all these places and, just talk a little bit about what we filmed there. But all these places are magical. There's just so many beautiful, beautiful places here in the Rio Grande Valley, and to be able to share them with the world, it's a beautiful thing to be able to do.
I just want to add to that with how you said about growing up and on that one house that it was had all these spooky stories and paranormal stuff. Or, however you want to envision it growing up, trust me, I have different ideas for this coming Halloween for Tejano.
Yeah.
Me and you might need to have an interview here. We want to do something special here. I'm a big paranormal person, so we'll want to flip something and talk to, because our cultura, right? Latin culture, we have a lot of different things that we talk about that people believe in. And I would love to hear different stuff from that. But what I want to make a comment on is the fact that you had all that upbringing of those stories, but you envisioned it for your music video and did it, what you saw, and gave it a whole new life. I'm saying, like, you're bringing a whole new picture to that any of the past stories existed may no longer exist just because of your music video.
Yeah. So like now a lot of people know, like, I mean, that plays, just because of the video, now they know, like, oh, look, I mean, because they got to see different parts of the house, and so now other people might want to be curious and, want to go out there and book the venue just to get a peek and see if they feel anything, but I personally didn't feel anything. But there's been other stories of people that have, experienced, seeing shadows and seeing all these things. But I guess maybe they see the Holy Spirit in me, that they're like, we're not going to mess with her.
You know what? All these little stories remind me of. It's like you talk about the houses and that they're probably haunted, and then you got the circus, and then you got what was the other thing? The antiques, the antique shop with the dolls and everything else. I was like, it kind of reminds me of like American Horror Story. You ever seen that show?
Yeah.
Right.
It kind of reminds me of all that put in there, because they had the circus season where they're in the circus, the season. And
that's true, right? I never thought about that.
Big houses that were haunted, and then all that stuff like that. I was like, man, it kind of reminds me of American Horror Story. I was like, you need to just do the Tejano videos like from each season going that
Hey,
way.
now I need to go and do a modern version of Loco, and do it like in a manicomio or something, right? And
Yeah, that'd be wild.
That would be,
Yeah.
that would be crazy.
the collab with Delia and D, right?
Just change the whole rhythm up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Man, so I guess maybe I scared D away or something because he never came back.
No, he's probably trying to get her,
Aw.
he's trying to get her the code and the link and everything else. And then depending on how she was, maybe she has to fix herself up or something. So
Aw.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
let's
I
see
know,
who else we
I
got
know
here.
that
We
he
got-
didn't, I know that he didn't sing it, but I knew that he was still part of the band,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Veronica Hernandez says, hi, Genyva.
Hi, Veronica.
Let's see who else we got here. We have Tony Gonzalez says, saludos, Genyva.
Saludos.
We have Juan Gonzalez says, hello, everyone. Greetings from H-Town.
Saludos. We should hopefully be in Houston soon.
Nice.
Thank you, Marie. I really appreciate you.
She said, I love your music from Colorado. That's Dee's neighbor.
Saludos. We've been wanting to go to Colorado, my husband and I. Hi, Miss Chapa. Miss Juanita Chapa. She's a composer out of Hondo, Texas.
Yes. Juanita Chapa is a awesome songwriter. And
Mhm.
we've been playing her Corrido de los Tres Amigos on Tejano TV.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, awesome.
Hi,
Cristina Pinales says hi.
Christina. Saludos to Christina.
Marisela Guajardo says, hermosa Genyva.
Gracias, muñeca. Saludos.
Veronica Hernandez says, your faith takes care of you.
Absolutely. Amen. It sure does.
Richard Lopez says, happy Tejano Wednesday, everyone, from Midwest Illinois. Genyva, Juan Mendoza, D. And let's see who else we got here. Thank you for tuning in from Illinois. David Vela says, hello, Tres Amigos. David Vela, Oakland is watching. Oakland, California.
Thank you so much, David, for getting connected. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for tuning in. So yeah, D, I guess he's getting daily on the line, so hopefully they'll tune in here in just a little bit. But everybody, thank you guys so much for joining us here on Tejano TV. Yes, we're live on Tejano TV itself. And here's the little flyer that we have. We're now available on Google Play. And of course, we have it integrated with Chingon Radio. So you can watch Tejano TV or you can listen to Chingon Radio throughout the day. So there you go. Also, check out our merchandise section. We have shirts, koozies, tumblers. Get a shirt, koozie, and a tumbler, all for $50, and help benefit the station and help us take care of our bills. So each one of them designs that you guys have there.
Help us get to Vegas.
Help us get to Vegas. And congratulations to Culturas on the brand new album, 9224, out now on all digital platforms, or you can buy the CD at Janie's Record Shop. Make sure you guys call them and let them know that you heard it right here on Tejano TV. All right, let's go ahead and get into a music video here. And Genyva's got a video called Entre Tus Brazos. It came out about 8 years ago, I think it was, somewhere on there.
8 years ago? No, Entre Tus Brazos was, I think it was like 3 years ago. That's the song that took me to #1 a nivel internacional. I wrote that song for Danny when I was 17 years old for my husband.
Oh,
and
wow.
that song was lost for 27 years, and I found it.
I think you told me about that.
Yeah, and so that one features my beautiful family, my husband and my daughters at the end. So let's check it out.
Yeah, I remember this now. Okay, I was thinking of another video that you had done quite some time back and everything. I was gonna play that one, but I was like, now we're gonna go and do this one right here. And now we got a couple other videos because of the stories behind them and the stories that happen afterwards. So we'll get into those in a little bit. But ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna go and play this video. This is Genyva and Entre Tus Brazos right here on the Tres Amigos Show.
Quiero ser tu amiga, tu confidente. Déjame entrar sin duda a tu corazón. Eres para mí la razón de mi existencia. quédate solo por ti. Entre tus brazos siento una felicidad inexplicable. Cada día junto a ti es inolvidable. Quiero ser tuya eternamente, solo tuya. Siempre te amaré, siempre estaré a tu lado en las buenas y en las malas lucharé junto a ti porque te amo. No hay nada que no podamos vencer. Te prometo, siempre te amaré. Eres para mí la razón de mi existencia. Juro serte siempre fiel y pedirle a Dios por ti. Entre tus brazos siento una felicidad inexplicable. Cada día junto a ti es inolvidable. Quiero ser tuya eternamente, solo tuya. Siempre te amaré, siempre estaré a tu lado en las buenas, en las malas lucharé junto a ti porque te amo. No hay nada que no podamos vencer. Te prometo, siempre te amaré.
All right, that's an awesome video right there. Entre tus brazos. Yeah, that included all your family, huh?
Yeah, my husband and my 2 daughters.
Nice. Yeah, that was one of the houses I was talking about. It was a huge house, and I know there was a little bit more to it at the beginning and stuff when he was walking down the stairs. So we just wanted to hurry and get right into the song, though.
Yeah.
Oh, we got a very special guest here. Let's go ahead and she's video bombing us here. Miss Delia Gonzalez.
Hi. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry. I just got off work and then
You
D
just woke
texted
up.
me. And where is D?
He's having issues. I don't know why.
He was probably trying to help me get on because I've been trying to get on. I'm so sorry, Genyva.
It's okay. No, I mean, like I was telling him, he's like, well, I'm not the one you should be telling. You should be telling Delia. I said, but she's not here. I said, but I know that. I said, if I don't get to talk to her, well, I know you can at least, tell her. But, I was telling him that, Golpe Traidor was actually one of the first songs that inspired my love for Tejano music. I had joined my first Tejano band when I was 16 years old called Grupo Sierra. And Golpe Traidor was one of the first songs that I learned. And so I was telling them that, back then, opportunities such as this, to be able to connect with you and be able to tell you that, thanks to your music, I became, a Tejano music singer, and it seemed unreachable back then, because you all were touring, and I was like, oh, one day I hope I get to meet her, and all these years.
You now.
Yeah, and so I wanted to, I'm glad that I'm getting the opportunity to personally tell you, that if you ever felt, that it was in vain, all the long hours and all the sleepless nights and all the nights away from home, it wasn't, because it inspired artists such as myself that even though it's probably been 25 plus years, I never gave up, and here I am. And I hope that one day I get to have somebody tell me you know, how my music inspired them. And so it's something that I've always, you know, carried in my heart to be able to tell you one day, you know, and tell Dee one day that, you know, your all's music, you know, was just, you know, is amazing. And you know, and there's probably videos out there where I'm singing Golpe Traidor, you know, and hopefully one day I get to find them and share them with you. And so I'm grateful to God that, you know, he doesn't, there hasn't been a time that he doesn't grant me that, you know, these desires of my heart. And so I'm grateful that I'm able to tell you that. And, you know, I'm just blessed to, you know, and I'm grateful that you took the time to even get connected, you know, to listen, to hear me out. And again, I'm grateful for that.
Thank you so much for your beautiful words. I mean, I don't know what to say. I just, I thank you for playing my music and just supporting us out there. And you probably do an awesome job with Golpe Traidor. Now I'm going to go out there and look for you.
Well, there's probably nothing on YouTube, but I know that I know that I have a video there of one of the times we performed, and so that was actually the one. Like that was actually the song that I would open the show with. So I know that I have to have one there somewhere. So I need to go back in there and, you know,
You look so beautiful.
Thank you so much.
So beautiful, and I just wish you the best in everything that you do. You're doing great out there, and don't give up. Just keep doing it. I'm sure you already inspiring little young ones, and you've got your followers, and they love you. And so don't give up. Just keep doing what you're doing. I think you're doing an awesome job.
Thank you.
It shows that you love what you do, and just keep doing it.
Thank you. And welcome to the Cielo Entertainment family. I know Myra told me that she distributed your all's music, and I was so excited. Your new single, you know, yes. I love it. And so welcome to Cielo. And just know that we are a family and we help each other. And if there's ever anything you need, whenever you're ready to do your tour in Mexico, you let me know. You know, I'm fixing to go to Monterrey again. With Entre Tus Brazos, it opened the doors for me internationally. And, you know, we're a family, you know, we help each other out. And so whenever you're ready to go do, you know, TV and radio out in Mexico, just give me a call, and, you know, I'll connect you with my publicist over there, and anything you all need, I'm just an inbox away. So, I mean, I'm excited to be able to see you guys back.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. And you are in New Mexico?
No, I live in the Rio Grande Valley.
Oh, Rio Grande Valley. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I'm originally from Edcauchosa, but now I live in Huasaco. So whenever y'all are down here, you know, aquí está su casa, and anything that you need, you know, whenever you come down to Super Tejano Radio, you know, 102.1, let us know, and we can meet for lunch, and that way we can meet in person.
Thank you.
We can record a little video of singing Golpe Traidor together, and put it on TikTok. Yeah.
Of course. I'm sure you kill it. You probably do a better job than I do.
No way. I'll sing a little piece. Nunca pensé que algún día tú me pagarías con una traición. Ahora tú.
Tu falso amor me dejó. Oh, you did such a good job.
Herida del corazón. Cuánto más segura estaba, me diste el alma un golpe traidor. Por lo que hiciste conmigo, tendrás tu castigo, lo juro por Dios.
Damn, Dune, we got serenaded on live, man.
I know, man. We didn't do nothing.
I know. I'm just Dee was texting me, and I was in the middle of eating and everything. I'm gonna go, oh, Dee, I can't, I'm not ready. And goes, oh, come on, you can do this. I thought, okay, let me try.
Like, I didn't sing that song. I'm like, I know you didn't sing that song. I said, but you were still part of the group. And I was like, of course, you know. He's like, I didn't sing that song. I'm like, I know.
Well, at least
I
he
was like,
gave the
when you
credit where
sang
the credit's
loco,
due.
loco.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
At least he gave the credit where credit was due.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
como she wasn't on the live, I said, well, I need to tell him, too. And I said, hopefully he can relay the message. But look what he did for me. He was able to get you on here so I could tell you myself. So thank you, Delia. Thank you so much.
You. Thank you. And I wish you the best. I wish you everything you pray for will come true. And God's with you. Just have him lead and guide you.
Absolutely.
Hands, you just stay still. He will take charge.
Absolutely. I don't know if you've had the opportunity, Dalia, to see. I'm the founder of a collaboration called Tejanas Unidas en Cristo. I united 25 women of Tejano, and we recorded a song called Aquí Estás. It's available on YouTube. Whenever you have a chance, check it out. And I also have a documentary that's going to be coming out where each one of these girls was interviewed, and they were able to talk about trials and tribulations, things that they overcame in life, so that people could get to know them not only as the artist but as the person, and so we have an album that we're going to be actually recording. So I'd love to invite you. It's going to be a faith-based album. It's Christian songs. So if there's any particular song that you've loved since your childhood, or a song that is dear to you, I'd love to collaborate with you on it and incorporate it into the album. And so Tejanas Unidas en Cristo it's a nonprofit that I created, and we have it's kind of to help the new generation of La Onda Tejana, to motivate them, inspire them to pursue their dreams and not give up, because this has always been a male-dominated genre. I'm sure you've dealt with that, and now I think that a lot of women, their voices are being heard now. There's been a lot more acceptance, and so we have to continue to support the next generation, because if we don't do that, then there's not going to be anybody left. And I consider myself a new generation, even though I've been singing for so long, but because I'm barely getting those doors open for me, because I've been knocking on these doors for a very long time, and it's barely up until maybe 2-3 years ago that more people now are respecting me as an artist and are seeing the hard work that I put into it, because it's not easy. I put in over 55 to 60 interviews per single, and I'm one of the hardest working female artists out there on TV and radio. Perhaps I don't have a lot of live shows under my belt, but I know what I've been doing to get to that point, because I how do I say this? Like, I know I value my art. I value my talent. And I've had a lot of calls for shows, but I'm not going to go and play for $500. I already did a lot of those shows 10 years ago, Yeah. And so, now it has been about getting my name out there, having #1 songs, having music available for people to know who Genyva is, because, there's no point in me, doing a show if I don't have music out there, so now that I've laid down those, laid that down, now the live shows are coming. And so I'm excited. I'm going to be doing a whole production with, just something that nobody else is really doing right now. And I'm excited. But, if they want my show, it's going to cost a little bit more than $500. So
you're worth it.
Yeah, I'm worth it. It's going to be worth it. And so to me, like I say, it's not about the quantity of shows that I'm going to be doing in the year. It's going to be the quality in the shows that I'm going to be doing. And whether I do 5 shows or I do 20, I know that God is going to open the doors for me where he wants me. And to me, that's the most important, is that, I'm having him guide me. I've taken him by the hand, and he's going to put me where he wants me. And I'm gonna, all I ask is that he uses me wherever I'm gonna be to uplift people that are broken. To me, like I said, it's not about the money when it comes to, per se, like in other words, I don't do it because it pays my bills. Essentially, I do it because it's my passion. It's a gift from God that he gave me. And but I also have to value, my art and what I know that I'm worth, because that is going to help all the other artists, you know, be able to get paid better. Because if we just take whatever, then they're going to expect that from everybody. And I rather not perform than get paid pennies because I just want to be gigging, you know?
I respect you for that, because that's what we need to do. We need to
Absolutely.
value ourselves. And it takes a lot to get up on stage. Everything behind the scenes, it's expensive, and everything that we do. So you need to value. And I love the message that you're putting out there, because people need to know that. You know, you can't just go play for peanuts. And I mean, yes, you want to do a lot of giving back, but you also need to be able to afford to do what you do.
Exactly.
And so, I mean, that's a great message out there, and I love it.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I love everything you said.
Thank you.
Support you in that, and I respect you for that. And I know you're going to do well. You're going to do good, because you're putting God first.
Absolutely.
And that's the main thing. And so, just going back to what you were saying, I would love to do a Christian song with you.
Wonderful.
I love Entre Tus Manos. That song is just, my dad used to sing it in church all the time. And Entre Tus Manos is a song that I would love to do. And if there's the opportunity there for me, count me in. I would love
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. So whenever you have a chance, inbox me your cell number, and that way we can get in contact, and we could see what we can, what we can program. Either, I can have the music. Where do you live now, Delia?
I live outside of San Antonio.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I have a song. I have a collaboration that I'm going to be doing with Lilah, called Espera el Tiempo de Dios. So whenever this particular song, I'm going to have to probably finish it before the deadline for the Grammys. But I mean, it's going to be included in my album, and also in the Tejanos Unidas en Cristo album. So we have time. So I mean, I'm usually, I go to San Antonio a couple of times, in the year. So I'll make sure what we can do is I can record the music down here, and then we can send the tracks over to Shelly's studio, and we can do vocals over there. That way it's closer to you. But I mean, that would be amazing for sure.
Whatever makes it work, and count me in. I would love to do that. I would love to sing that.
Great.
Song with you.
Great. Thank you so much.
And thank you for the opportunity.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for accepting. I mean, it's going to be great. It's something beautiful. It's something beautiful. So whenever you have a chance, like I said, go to YouTube and check out Tejanos Unidas en Cristo. Aquí estás, and one day you and I will get to talk, and I'll let you know the story behind that song and how it came about. It's amazing, and I'm glad that I'm alive to tell it. Because a few years ago I didn't really love myself too much, and music led me to that. So it's got an amazing story behind it. So okay. I look forward to sharing that with you. But thank you so much, Dee, for making this happen. Oh, is he delayed?
He's still freezing up too.
Yeah, but no, thank you so much. This has been great talking to you, and thank you so much for the beautiful words. I really appreciate you, and count me in. I would love to do that with you. And
great,
so
thank you.
I'll be in touch with you. I think I know Dee can connect us, and we'll do it. We'll make it happen.
Great. Okay, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate you.
You're welcome.
I thought Delia was going to carry the show by herself now.
I know, right? No, pero gracias, Delia, también.
Juan and Nune are like, and us?
Hey,
like,
no, you guys, hey here's the thing, right? We're just here to do stuff like this with you guys, because this connection would have not happened, one, for D, being able to do that with Delia and the possibility. But look at all the information you guys did as women right now. You said empowering women, right?
Yes,
we're giving you guys a platform. Juan has given us Tejano TV. He's given us Más Chingon Radio. Look, at the end of the day, I'm listening to everything you guys got to say, and that's awesome because the Internet Radio Gala was dominant by women this year.
Yeah, I bet.
So this is a blessing that you guys get to have this connection, make the interaction here live on Tejano TV.
Yeah.
So people see it. So people can see live that this is happening. We gotta have change. We gotta have change for the future.
And positive change.
Yes.
That's the main key. We need to go the positive route. That's what we need to do. And so I want to be a part of that. And if doing this with you can start, give me that start, I would love to do that. And I'm thanking you for the opportunity.
Absolutely. So, I mean, this collaboration, included a lot of artists, that also inspired me, like Patsy Torres, Shelly Lares, Rebecca Valadez, and so we incorporated icons, we incorporated women that were currently on radio, and then we debuted other female artists. I mean, this was the biggest collaboration in Tejano music history, especially that it included 25 women. Like if you see here behind me, this project was recognized by, recognized the Tejanos Unidas en Cristo collaboration. We were recognized by the governor of Texas, the House of Representatives, and I just recently received a Yellow Rose of Texas, which is the highest honor that a woman can receive from the governor. So yeah, and so I mean I invite any woman, I mean I don't, not only women, and any man, women that have a dream or a passion for music, I invite you to seek your dreams and not be afraid of being rejected, or of course do everything with passion, and find yourself a producer that's going to give you radio worthy music. A lot of times there's people that'll just want your money. Do your homework, find a good producer, but don't be afraid. Don't sit at home. Your dreams are not going to come knocking at your door. You have to work for it. I've been singing since I was 4 years old in the Tejano music genre. I've been singing since I was 16 years old, and so I mean, can you imagine if I would have given up? I wouldn't be sitting here with, a few #1 songs under my belt. And so I invite you to get out of that chair, seek your dreams. Don't be afraid. And leave your mark here. This is my legacy. I'm always going to be remembered as a woman from Edcauchelsa who united 25 women of Tejano music to sing a song of hope and faith for humanity. And so, you just need to think of what you want your legacy to be. Do you want your children to say, oh, my mom always wanted to be a singer, or my dad always wanted to be a singer, and they never pursued their dreams because they were afraid? No, if you don't try, you're never going to get a yes. If you don't try, perhaps you're going to get some no's. I've gotten many no's, and Myra D from Cielo Entertainment, her and I have been working together 14 years, and we had a lot of doors shut in our face because they would say, well, Genyva's music isn't Tejano enough, or Genyva's music is, it's not what's in right now. But you know what? That's me. I've developed my own style. And so I don't try to copy anybody else. You have to create your own style. So when a Genyva song comes on the radio, you know that it's Genyva. And of course, you hear me say Genyva, Yadix, and so it's all about branding. It's all about
you must be doing great things because now you're international. So I mean, look at all the awards that you've been awarded, and so I think you're doing fantastic. You're doing a great job. Mm-hmm. And what I love about it is that it's so positive. It's in the positive, lane. And that's what's important. And so congratulations. I'm impressed.
Thank you. This year has been my second year selected by the Recording Academy to be a mentor. Last year was my first year, and so I get connected with other artists from different parts of the country, and sometimes like this year it was with an artist, a totally different genre than what I sing, but we get to connect, and the only way that we're gonna have an opportunity at a for a Grammy nomination or for, you know, consideration is if we continue to record and release music. And, you know, a lot of people have a misconception and they think it's really hard to get into the academy, but it's a process, but it's not impossible. You know, I'm very involved with the Grammys. I go to all the block parties. You know, it's about networking, because the Grammys, it's not based on how beautiful you sing or how many friends are going to go and vote for you, or your family is going to go and vote for you. This is based on your peers from the Recording Academy, and a lot of people don't know that. So if you don't show up to these events and show your face and introduce yourselves to people that are in hip hop and country and, you know, in norteño and Tejano, you know, you're never gonna, yeah. So when that ballot comes out, guess what? Nobody's going to know who Genyva is if I'm not out there showing my face, you know. So I invite you, you know, if you want more information on how to become part of the Latin, you know, the Latin Grammys or the Recording Academy or dual membership, you can shoot me an inbox. I'll help you, direct you on how to become a member. The more we come together, the more opportunity we have to not lose our category in the Latin Grammys, because we already lost it in the American Grammys. So now we're up against artists like Banda MS, Pepe Aguilar, Angelica Aguilar, you know, where we have less of a chance for a nomination. The Latin Grammys, we still have our own category, but if enough artists don't record an album or an EP, well, guess what? Then we're going to lose our category in the Latin Grammys, and then we're not going to have any Latin Grammy winners. So, you know, congratulations to Juan. I know he recently won a Latin Grammy. You know, he's an amazing composer. And it was kind of hurtful to see, you know, a lot of people that were bashing him and saying he didn't deserve it and all this stuff. You know what? It's not about who you know. Well, I mean, technically it is kind of, but it's, you have to work for it. You know, if you see Juan, he's at all the events, you know, he's connected with a lot of people that, you know, with great producers, and, you know, so it's based on peers. So you need to go out there and show your face and introduce yourself and work out there. You know, Patsy Torres, you know, I know she was recently up for a governor's seat for the Recording Academy. You know, how is she not going to be rewarding of that opportunity if she's been doing it, you know, for many, many years, and she's also an icon. So, you know, anybody that, you know, that wants their music to be considered, you know, you need to submit for it. So, you know, like I said, you know, shoot me an inbox. I'll help you get connected to become a member. Any questions you have, I'm just an inbox away. You know, I'm here to help with whatever I can. And, you know, we just have to continue pursuing our dreams and keeping Tejano music, you know, in people's mouths, because, you know, some people say that Tejano's dead. No, it's not. You know, like I said, there's 25 women that were part of Tejanas Unidas en Cristo that just want an opportunity to be heard. And if you don't give them that opportunity by playing them on, you know, on your radio station, on your TV station, well, then guess what? There's not going to be any women left or any guys left, and they're going to be stuck playing, you know, a bunch of old songs that, you know, that these artists don't even perform anymore, and we're not going to have anybody left because they feel rejected. They feel like nobody is helping. So, I mean, I challenge, you know, all these festivals, all these clubs, you know, a lot of times all these new artists get pushed to 3 o'clock, 1 o'clock when there's nobody there. How are they ever going to be able to make a name for themselves if you don't give them a prime time? Right. Let a new artist open up for the headliner. You know what I mean? Give them an opportunity to be heard by the masses. You know, artists, I mean, like, for example, you know, look at what Turner did with Jennifer Peña. You know, they came together. You know, I know she had been out of the music scene for a while, but, you know, who gets to come back into the genre with an amazing band like Signo? You know what I mean? So, I mean, him doing something like that was great. Yes. Because, you know, I mean, can you imagine?
And they're doing great. They're doing great. I'm so happy for
Yeah, and
Yes.
she sounds amazing.
More power
You
to
know,
them. for doing
yeah, she sounds
it.
amazing. I mean, you can tell that, I know that she did like a show Bailando por un Sueño or something like that. So, you can hear that now in her condition, like she was conditioning, and you can hear that power in her voice again. So it's awesome to see that, because I mean, I used to sing her songs as well. And so I invite other artists to invite and collaborate. If you know that you're at this level and you have an artist that's perhaps down here, help them go up. A lot of people are like, no, well, they need to pay their dues. They need to, no, like, why did they have to struggle how you struggled, just because nobody wanted to help you back then? Nobody wanted to help me.
Yeah.
No, I didn't have an artist that took me under her wing or under his wing that said, I'm going to help you because I see potential in you. I didn't have that. So that's why any opportunities that I have to help, a colleague, whatever, whatever I can do to help, I help.
You will be there.
Yeah, because I didn't have that. And I don't want the new generation to have to go through that, or have to wait 15, 20 years to get played on radio.
Yes.
But I always say the important thing, make sure that if you're going to release something or send it to a program director, that the quality is good, that you have a good music video to back it up, that you have a good person, that knows how to distribute your music for you, that you have it available on digital platforms, that you have, photos and all this stuff, merchandise, everything. Because I mean, it takes a lot of money. It takes a lot of, a lot of hard work, So if you're going to do it, basically don't do it, how they say, half-ass, go give it your all, give it your all, and I see, I see a lot of, just people that, that need some work, and, and sometimes all these people are like, oh, you're amazing. No, pull them aside and say, you need to work on this, and people don't be afraid to receive constructive criticism. If there's certain things that you can change or work on to make yourself better, don't be afraid to get advice from other people. If there's anything that you think that I need to do different, shoot me an inbox, but I mean, I'm not afraid. I mean, I love constructive criticism, excuse me.
That's how you grow. That's how you grow and get better. Absolutely. It's constructive criticism is to make you feel better, make you be better and get better. So no, I appreciate, I'm sorry that I just popped in like this.
No, just made my night, to be honest with you.
Not that I look any better when I'm all fixed up and ready to go. I mean, but my hair, it's like I had it in a chongo. I had to bring it down. I'm like, oh my God. But I just wanted to come on because, Dee had said you were talking about how Golpe Traidor was one of your first songs that you learned. And I truly appreciate that. And I am so impressed with everything that you're talking about, everything that you're doing, all the projects. And I just keep going. More power to you. You're on the right track. And I'm very proud of you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you for that to me.
And you look beautiful.
Thank you.
I want to say good night. And
Thank you. Good night.
Thank you, Juan.
Thank you for dropping in.
Not a problem. Thank you so much. And give me a call, okay?
I sure will. God bless you.
God bless you too.
Anytime you want to make it permanent, and we'll take you out of the way. Let us know.
What? You're always pushing and pushing. You always wait. No, thank you.
Thank you.
Good night.
Good night.
Bye. Good
Bye.
luck.
Thank you. Bye-bye. God bless you.
All right. That was Miss Delia Gonzalez of Grupo Culturas dropping in. And awesome. They just released a brand new album, so make sure you guys check it out and stream it. Let's go ahead and take care of some of these comments real quick. We have Buddy from DFW. He says, shout out from DFW, my three amigos. What's up? Buddy from It's Tejano time out there. Let's see. We got Veronica Hernandez says, hi, Delia. Julio Gonzalez says, that was great. The singing.
Singing.
The singing. It's a beautiful song. Cupid says great voices, los dos. Let's see who else we got. MJ Martinez, Tokyo, Colorado in the house. Thank you for
Hello,
tuning in.
MJ.
Juan Careno says exactly, we're Los Chachos out of McAllen, Texas. We're legendary and all this new groups play for dirt cheap and every venue expects us to play for that. We would rather not play. Yes, legendary Los Chachos. Let's see, we got Gigi Guerrero, Gigi La Chicana Guerrero. Saludos from Mission, Texas. Love you, Delia and Genyva.
Hello,
And-
Gigi. Thank you for getting connected with us.
Yes, saludos to the guys too. She didn't forget the guys. And you can catch Gigi and Lori Jean on their show Giras y Desveladas every Sunday noonish right here on Tejano TV as well. And they interview a lot of the legends that come out of from Tejano. Johnny Martinez, saludos from Tucson, Arizona. Conjunto.
Hello, Johnny. Thank you.
Ricky Duran from Houston, Texas. Houston's Tejano Hits have a jam-tastic show.
Hello, Ricky. Thank you so much for joining us.
Nice. Well, Dee's been having a little bit of technical issues. We're gonna
Oh,
have to try
man.
to wait that in a little bit, but let's go ahead and get into another video here. And I was wanting to play this one while Delia was still on there. This is the video that you were talking about, La Tejanas Unidas en Cristo video here. It features 25 awesome artists, all in their own right. And it's a great song, beautiful song. And we'll talk about the accomplishments after that because you got a lot of recognition and a lot of
Thank you. And for those of you that are sitting at home, I just ask that before they play this music video, if you're going through anything right now at this moment, depression, oppression, anything, just receive this message and, open your heart. God is a gentleman. It doesn't matter, what religion you are. I respect everybody's choice, but he's the waymaker, and that's what the song is called. So just close your eyes, listen to the song and receive his message for you. And I really hope that you enjoy it.
There you go. And this one is called Aquí Estás. Tejanas Unidas en Cristo, right here on the Three Amigos Show.
Mhm.
Aquí estás, debemos mover, te adoraré, te adoraré. Aquí estás, obrando en mí, te adoraré, te adoraré, te amamos. Milagros, abres caminos, cumples promesas, luz en tinieblas, mi Dios, así eres tú. Milagroso, abres caminos, cumples promesas, luz en tinieblas, mi Dios, así eres tú, así eres tú. 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 Milagroso, abres caminos, cumples promesas, luz en tinieblas. sobrando. Aunque no pueda ver, está sobrando. Aunque no pueda ver, está sobrando. Siempre estás sobrando. Siempre estás sobrando. Aunque no pueda ver, aunque no pueda ver, estás sobrando. Siempre estás sobrando. Milagroso, abres caminos, cumples promesas, luz en tinieblas, mi Dios, así eres tú. Waymaker, miracle worker, promise keeper, light in the darkness, my God, that is who you are.
All right, that was Aquí Estás, Tejanos Unidas en Cristo. Of course, the mastermind, Miss Genyva. That was one for you. How was that process? I mean, how was it? What was going through your mind to say, you know what, I'm going to get a hold of these 24 other women and we're going to do a whole song together? First time it's ever been done that you had so many artists in one video, you know, compared to like We Are the World, you know, back in the day. You know, I have so many artists in one video like that. How was it? How was the process in your mind?
Well, that song came about because a few years back, I was literally I left my house one night with the intention of taking my life. You know, it was 2 a.m. I left my house. My husband was asleep. My kids were asleep. You know, music led me to that, to feel that I was worthless and help. You know, like useless, and so I was just going, you know, the devil's a liar, and I was just going through depression, and I was about to leap in front of a truck, and right before it got to me, it just turned around. Like there was no other car, it was just that truck and me and the moon and God, you know. And so when it turned around, like I knew that God had saved me, and so I immediately had regret, and I went home. I got in my bed. My husband, like nobody knew about this suicide attempt until when I opened up about it during the interview of the song. 2 nights later, I was feeling the same. I was depressed, and I was sitting outside in my backyard, and I was mad at God. And I said, God, like if you knew that I was still gonna feel the same, why did you make the truck turn around? And my phone started playing by itself. Like literally, it was another version of the song, but it was like I heard it, da, na, na, da, na, 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 and I was like, and so I grabbed my phone and I flipped it over, and it was YouTube. So I knew that it was him, because I'm like, I didn't search the song, I didn't hear the ads, like it was just playing. And so I said, okay, God, show me. And so I closed my eyes, and everything you see in that video is what he showed me. Like all those women that you see in that video, he showed me. You know, I did it exactly the way he showed me. It's like I went into like a trance, and there was only 2 girls that you know that he showed me that weren't a part of it, and we incorporated Monica Saldivar and Demi Garcia into the video. At the time, they had just done Nada de Ti with Shelly, and those other 2 female artists had turned away, you know, had turned me down for the invite. And I said, Shell, I said, hey, like, what do you think about me inviting these girls, you know? And it was actually 3, I'm sorry. And then 1 more, which was Stephanie Vergara from Bidi Bidi Banda from Austin. Mm-hmm. Those 3 replaced the other 3 that, you know, God had showed me. And now these women regret not having been a part of it, because they saw what an amazing experience it was. But it was just that it was meant for them, you know? And it just so happened that a lot of these women, and I was like, okay, God, like, how am I going to contact? And he literally showed me the number 25, like, and I was like, how am I going to do this? And so I started writing the names down of everybody that I saw. And one by one, I started reaching out. The first one that I reached out to was Shelly. And then, I reached out to Patsy. And then one by one, I started reaching out to the girls and, telling them, look, I want to record this song. I want to, bring women together. And, it's a song of, hope and faith for humanity. We were like mid-pandemic, so we were like, how are we going to do it? Like the recording studios are closed. And so, it took a lot of work. It took us a year to finish it, almost a year, because imagine we recorded in groups like of 8 at a time, so it was hard. We recorded at Freddie Records. And so luckily, they were able to, we all had to get tested before we went. And so it took a lot of work. I lost my mom 2 months into the project. So imagine, like, it was hard, and the devil didn't want it to come to pass, because a lot of the girls started getting attacked and just, going through personal things in their life. And, some of them almost didn't make it. And now that they think about it, they're like, man, imagine if I wouldn't have participated. And, we filmed a documentary, thanks to Mingo Mariano and Mausi Cervantes. They captured all this behind the scenes of, when we were in the recording studio. They interviewed each one of the girls individually. We recorded when we did our radio tour, and when we filmed the music video. And so all of you all are going to get a chance to see that, hopefully very soon, in a streaming platform. I haven't released it to the public only because I put it into some film festivals, and we've already won our first award, which is the Alkalade Global Film Festival. And so, you can't really release it if you have it submitted. We got selected for a film festival in Greece, and there's just one more that we're waiting on. And once we find out if we win or not, then, I'm going to make it available to the public, through a streaming platform like either Hulu or Netflix, or, one of those streaming platforms.
Tejano TV.
Yeah, absolutely. It's actually 6 episodes. I mean, I had done one premiere, which was just for the cast, and it was literally like 2 minutes and 30 seconds. I mean, 2 hours and 30 minutes. And that's because we were missing a whole other hour. So we kind of cut it short, but it missed a lot of the behind the scenes that were very important. So once we have the actual series, they'll be able to watch it, one episode at a time. And so we kind of started it with icons, and then with the girls that were on radio, and then the ones that we featured and we interviewed, like my dad, the engineers from Freddie Records, and so it's amazing, and I can't wait for the public to see it, because they're going to get to know each one of us like at a whole other level. And I just, it's been hard because the human in me wants to release it so everybody can see it, but God teaches us that we have to be patient, and His timing is perfect. And I can't wait for it, to be available to the public, because it's beautiful. Some of these girls have been through terrible, terrible things in their life, and nobody knows it. They see us all with this, smiling and happy, but we've been through a lot of, dark times. And so, I'm excited that, that I was able to, it was through, the money, a little bit of money that my mom had left me, that I was able to put this together. Because, it took a lot of money, but I don't care, because I'm planting a seed in people's lives. And this is, like I said, our legacy. It's our legacy, and because it went into something like my mom wouldn't have wanted it any other way, and if it wouldn't have been for, unfortunately, her passing and leaving me this, it would have been so hard for me to finish it, because I wouldn't have been able to fund it, but God knew what He was doing. He knew that, He was going to align everything. And I'm so grateful that He didn't let that truck, take my life that night, and He saved me. And some people are like, oh, well, she always talks about the same thing. Well, that's my story.
Yeah.
That's my life. And And I don't care if I repeat it because it's always a whole different crowd of people that is listening to it. And they have to know that, you know, they're battling with depression or, you know, or oppression, you know, there is a way out, you know. I just asked God to come into my life and change me and heal me, and he did. And you know, he can heal you from addiction, he can heal you from anything that you're going through, but you know, he's a gentleman. If you don't invite him in to change your situation, you're going to be sitting in the same place forever. So whatever higher power you believe in, you know, you just have to have faith.
Yeah.
And then it's possible.
Well, that's your testimony. That's your life. That's your, you know, you're inspiring all these other people, including those 24 other women, and including people that are watching this right now and going to watch your series. And I think I had reached out to you when I first heard about the series going to actually come out. I know you're going to go through all this process of platforms and stuff like that, but you know, when everything, you know, kind of calms down afterwards, I would like to get a hold of that series and actually
for sure
on this platform, you know. So got a couple other comments here. We got Veronica Hernandez says beautiful song, amazing song. Rick Valderrama says saludos.
Hi, Mr. Valderrama.
Wonder where Rick is at these days. Maria Garcia says hello. I love your music from Colorado.
Thank you.
My mom is watching. Elvira Butler says, beautiful song. Have you ever thought about doing it with sign language?
Actually, in towards the middle of the song, I actually you can see where I say aunque no pueda ver está sobrando. I did that exclusively, you know, for you know, I did it in sign. I mean, I'd love to. I mean, I don't know sign, you know, to be able to sign the whole song myself. But actually, I met somebody at the Mexican consulate that is supposed to do a video for me along with the music video and sign language the whole song. And then also, you know, that song did really well in the Philippines. So I have somebody that's going to be translating it also for us in Filipino. So it'll definitely be available soon on YouTube in sign.
Nice. And big shout out to my mom. Love you, Mom.
Hi. Thank you so much for your suggestion. But yeah, it's in the works.
Nice. And you got a bunch of recognition from it. I mean, you got you know, state honors from the House of Representatives for that song and the video and all that. How was that feeling when, you know, they represented you?
I mean, it was beautiful, and the most beautiful part is that, you know, because usually they'll just give you one, you know, and I was blessed that they gave me one for each one of the girls. So I was able to give each one of their girls, you know, in the music, in the documentary, we called it Tejanas Unidas en Cristo University, and it looks like they're like graduating, and we even have the music in the background, and you know, I have those memories with me where I'm handing each one of the girls their recognition, and I mean, it's something that they get to treasure with them forever, you know, because, you know, forever their names are going to be in the books in the Capitol. I can read it to you actually. Like, for example, the one from the governor. It says, as the governor of Texas, it is my pleasure to honor the members of Tejanas Unidas en Cristo for their inspirational single. During the height of the novel coronavirus COVID-19 pandemic, Elsa native Genyva Salas Monjaras organized a group to promote unity and love during a time of uncertainty. In doing so, she brought together 25 immensely talented female vocalists from all across the Lone Star State and formed the collaboration known as Tejanas Unidas en Cristo. Despite the challenges of the pandemic, Tejanas Unidas en Cristo united at Freddie Records and recorded Aquí Estás, a song about faith and fellowship. In times of great uncertainty, music can bring people together, comfort those in need, and bring about renewed hope and faith. The members of Tejanas Unidas en Cristo have done their part to touch the hearts of their fellow Texans, and their success highlights the best of the Lone Star State. First Lady Cecilia Abbott joins me in congratulating you on your single and wishing you all many more years of success. So imagine, you know, I mean, that's something that is forever going to be, you know, in the Capitol. And this one here, the one from the state reps, I don't have it here, but this one here is a Yellow Rose of Texas, which is like I said, the highest honor that a woman can receive. And it's just amazing because imagine feeling like you had no value, no purpose to now being recognized by the governor. And so hopefully one day we'll have one from the president of the United States, which I claim it that we'll have it one day. And we'll be performing it in Washington. Just watch.
Nice.
Those are great plans and futures that you want to have, for the futuro. And everything you're talking about right now, I pray that everybody that's here checking us out here on Tejano TV, on Facebook Live, or wherever you are watching us, please share this out because the message that Genyva is sharing today is absolutely a blessing. There's more than what you think that are behind the scenes. And the reason why we conduct these interviews is to be able to have them share their story. So one of the things I definitely want to share here with everybody out here, she did talk about depression and suicide. So if you know any family members or anyone was going through what they got going through and you're not able to be there for them or you need to offer a lending hand, let them know they can dial 988 and just dial and talk. And there'll be a counselor there to listen to you for whatever you got going on in your life, for a crisis line, suicide hotline. So I definitely want to share that out with the media here because you're not alone in this world. COVID was a big impact for a lot of people, the seclusion and whatnot. And obviously, like you said, you had your trials and tribulations when you guys went through just even filming that. So, and we appreciate you sharing your story here with everyone. So yeah, absolutely. And like I said, I pray everybody that is here to check it out. Please share this because it's not just for us as adults. You'd be surprised how many children are being impacted today in the school districts.
Absolutely.
And it happens to everybody. A lot of people get depressed and a lot of people go through these things, and no offense, but I mean, men go through the same thing too. Men go through it all the time and stuff. It's pretty much a message for everybody, but it was awesome that you got all them women to agree to go do that video and the single like that, because like I said, it's never been done in Tejano before. That's the first time that you see that many artists in one video, all collaborating together. So that was an amazing thing to see. And it was an amazing thing when it first came out and we saw it. We're like, man, we have to play this and, help you send a message out. So it's a great message, a great story and everything along with it. So yeah, anybody who's going through depression, man, women, child, it doesn't matter. Find some help, get some help anywhere. We have Juanita Chapa. Juan, y'all forgot the 1 hour mark. Where's D? Genyva, you are fantastic. D is he's having some technical issues. I guess his internet or something. So I can't do D's part very well. D's usually say it's a 1 hour show and we never accomplished the 1 hour show. And usually when Tejanos get together, they won't stop talking. And so it's a big old thing like that. That's his thing. But we did, we wanted to ask Genyva, she wanted to stay.
Just like, at home, like, can't get on.
He's messaging me in between, so we're trying to figure this out. But
do you have any questions for me, D? Send them to Juan.
But no, he apologizes that he couldn't finish it. He was really looking forward to the interview, of course, but he's having some internet issues, so he's gonna have to probably call the internet company and find out what's going on. Let's see who else we got here. Marie Garcia says, may the Lord bless you with many more music so you can share with the world.
Thank you.
And Julio Gonzalez, congratulations, more power to you.
Thank you.
Nice. So yeah, it's amazing to hear these things. A lot of that's like Nunes said, that's the purpose of these interviews. We try to get to know you guys because it's more than sharing things on social media, because social media is just a social platform. You don't know what's going on behind the scenes and stuff, in a person's life. And, but there's always people out there to listen if you let them. And, I'm sorry for what you went through. And, you're ready to take that leap of, not being around anymore. But luckily that turned around. So that's a good thing that you recognize that. And
yes, absolutely.
Nice.
Never again. Never again.
Nice. Let's see. So we got one more video here, and this is the brand new one right here, and this one is called El Amor de Mi Vida. and we're gonna touch more on this situation with what is I forgot what it was. I was to say a circus. The circus. We're gonna get more in.
Cirque Italia. Shout out to Cirque Italia.
So if you haven't watched it, here it goes right here, and make sure you guys continue to vote for the single and the video on Chingon Radio, which
So
is
we can go to number 1, so we can go back to number 1.
of course our top 10 music video countdown, which happens right here on Tejano TV. So here it is, right here, El Amor de Mi Vida, Miss Genyva.
Vámonos lejos de aquí. Ay, papi, dime que sí. Que ya yo estoy lista para amarte sin olvidarme de mí. Darte todas las noches mis besos y decirte si no lo sabías que quiero hacerte el amor, pero el amor de mi vida. Llevaba mucho tiempo atrapada en una nube gris y de pronto llegas con más luces que a París. Eres el sol de mis días que me abrigan esas noches frías. Tú sabes que yo no sé mentir. Tengo ganas de hacerte el amor, pero el amor de mi vida. Vámonos lejos de aquí. Ay, papi, dime que sí, que ya yo estoy lista para amarte sin olvidarme de mí. Haz lo que puedas por mí, yo haré lo mismo por ti. Que ya yo estoy lista para amarte sin olvidarme de mí. Darte todas las noches mis besos y decirte si no lo sabías que quiero hacerte el amor, pero el amor de mi vida. Cumbia, que viva el amor con Genyva, mi adicción. Porque tú sabes que yo no sé mentir. Tengo ganas de hacerte el amor, pero el amor de mi vida. Vámonos lejos de aquí. Ay, papi, dime que sí, que ya yo estoy lista para amarte sin olvidarme de mí. Haz lo que puedas por mí, yo haré lo mismo por ti. Que ya yo estoy lista para amarte sin olvidarme de mí. Darte todas las noches mis besos y decirte si no lo sabías que quiero hacerte el amor, pero el amor de mi vida. Darte todas las noches mis besos y decirte si no lo sabías que quiero hacerte el amor, pero el amor de mi vida.
All right, that was a
Hey.
very, very awesome video. Awesome video. Wow.
Yeah, and
That
for
had a
those that are
fun.
like, well, maybe she uses out of tune, or I'm gonna sing you guys a little piece of that song. That way they know what they're gonna get live. Is there like a delay when I'm talking, or it sounds clear?
Para nosotros, I hear you just fine.
A ver. Vámonos lejos de aquí. Ay, papi, dime que sí, que yo estoy lista para amarte sin olvidarme de mí. Darte todas las noches mis besos y decirte si no lo sabías que quiero hacerte el amor, pero el amor de mi vida. So
Nice.
that's what they'll get live.
Hey, we got serenaded again.
Yeah.
That routine that they did, is that their normal routine, or did they practice that for the video?
Well, most of it was just the one like towards the end, like where they kiss and they run away together. That wasn't part of the act. Like because in the song it says, vámonos lejos de aquí, ay papi dime que sí. So it's basically saying like, let's run away together. So I kind of incorporated, but like I'm telling you, like when I saw their show, because they did their whole show for me before we filmed it, and I was like, that's perfect. You know, of course I had to direct them, like in the part in the beginning where it says, llevaba mucho tiempo atrapada en una nube gris y luego de pronto llegas tú con más luces que París. So that's where it shows where she's like by herself and she's lonely, and then he just like swings in and, you know, takes her up, you know, because it says vámonos lejos de aquí, and so he lifts her up into, you know, into the sky, I guess. And so, you know, I just kind of made sure that I chose parts of the show to go with the, you know, what the words of the song were saying. So, you know, that's what I love about Ryan Basan, is that, you know, he lets me, you know, direct the videos, and he's able to bring my vision to life like 100%. Like, you know, what it is that I see is, you know, he delivers every time. Yeah.
Nice. So why a circus though? What was
it just like I'm telling you, like I was literally at the studio thinking of ideas for the music video, and when I saw they had like this little trailer for the circus, and it shows where the guy comes and sweeps her off her feet, and it just, God showed it to me, and that's, you know, that's how it just so happened that their act is a love story of how they fell in love, and it just went perfect with the song. You know, it just, like I'm telling you, like God just does things like that for me. Like I literally had no idea where I was going to go with this song, and it just, that commercial came out and I said, that's where I'm going to film it, and he made it happen.
nice? Well,
Yeah,
turned out very well.
there's no other way that I can explain it other than God. That's it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's very awesome. I mean, it was very original. Again,
Yeah.
a lot of your videos are just pretty much original like that. You know, the antique store, the circus. You know, nobody does that. You know, 24 other women, 25 women total, and in the video, nobody does that. So, you know, that's awesome. Your videos are coming out like that.
Thank you. Yeah, like the video of Clávame tu amor. Also, that one, you know, it's a song about love, and so I filmed it here in the city of Westaco, and so the story of that song is, you know, there's this girl at a light, and she sees this guy, you know, on a motorcycle, and so she likes him, but you know, she has to turn to go to work, so she thinks that she's never going to see him again. And then one day he shows up with his biker club at her work, and so they get to meet each other, and they fall in love, and they end up living happily ever after. So, you know, it's just these ideas that, like I say, that God puts in my head, and I'm able to, you know, put it together and make it a story. Yeah.
So what other crazy ideas have you had that you're ready to put out there?
Well, how about, see, I have this. My next single, it's a song by Cristian Nodal that I converted into a cumbia. It's Ya no somos ni seremos, and that one's going to be really cool. But if I tell you, then it's not going to, you know, but it's going to be something different. I mean, I'm excited. It's going to be different. Nobody, I mean, because if I tell you, then I'm going to give it away. I'd rather you just wait and see what happens, but it's going to be something cool. It's going to be something really cool. Let's just say that I'm going to alter my appearance. I'm going to alter my appearance, and it's going to be something I've always wanted to do. I'll give you a little hint. It's going to incorporate tattoos. So it's going to be super cool. Yeah. Wow. So you're going to see Genyva totally transformed.
Hopefully fake tattoos.
Of course. Yeah. I got this one here, and my dad almost had a heart attack.
Oh my
so
God.
I've gotten a couple. My dad is totally like anti like tattoos, but you know, he's like, no, que lo te lo pones aquí, lo vas a tener allá en las nalgas para cuando tengas 70. And I'm like, ay, papi, like we won't ship that much, you know, but he's just always been like, he never, when we were like young, he never even wanted us to write on our hands with a pen, because he was like, te va a dar cáncer y que this and that. And so, I mean, I think he kind of got over it a little bit, you know. I have a couple of tattoos, like I have another one here, in memory of my brother. I lost my only brother going on 10 years ago, and so I put my brother loved hunting, so I put like an arrow with the date of his passing, and I'm about to. I've been wanting to do one in memory of my mom, also, and I mean, I don't know. I like them. I like tattoos. I told my husband that I want to do like a neck piece, and he's like, "Estás loca." He's like, "Ya te veo." I've always wanted to do like tattoos, like a Sagrado Corazón here. Like, I'm not even Catholic, right? I'm Christian, but I just love the way the Sacred Heart looks, like with flames and stuff. And he's like, "You're crazy." I'm like, "Well, I might just get a little bit crazier and do it." You know, you only live once, right? Like, what? It's not like if I'm looking for a job that's gonna not hire me because I have a heart in my neck. I don't know,
Well,
but I'm crazy
jobs
like that.
change. I
Hey,
mean,
maybe
literally, if you really talk about like 10, 20 years ago, you know, it's evolved. It's all changed now. I mean,
yeah.
you couldn't have gauges, you couldn't have tattoos on your face, you couldn't. Now it's very accepting in certain
Mhm.
regions. I know
Yeah,
some
so
areas
watch
are
me
still.
come back next year, Juan, with a big old neck piece.
You're like, you don't look the same.
I look the same with a big old like thing here or something. Nah.
Nice.
Well, that's why when you said tattoos and stuff, that's what I was saying. You doing the Christian Nodal song.
Yeah.
Te vas a poner los face tattoos y todo. I was like, oh, watcha.
She's
Yeah,
gonna
I
get
know
that. She's gonna
my
get that
husband.
Mike Tyson
The what?
tattoo.
The what tattoo?
The Mike Tyson tattoo.
No, no. My husband has some beautiful pieces. He's supposed to do the Entre tus brazos cover that we did on his arm. I'm still waiting on it. I was so thrilled when he told me he was gonna do it. He's like, "Hi, babe." He's like, "Just that it hurts so much." He's like, "I would probably, having to sit through hours of pain." I was like, "Do you love me? Do it." So we'll see. Hopefully he'll be a man of his word and get it done.
Which
I
pain
love
do you
that
want
picture.
Which pain do you want to go through? The needle or being angry?
I know, right? I don't know. I just think it's such a beautiful picture. The Entre tus brazos cover. I love it.
Nice.
So hopefully he'll come through.
Let's see. Gigi says, love that song and video.
Thank you.
Yes. Let's see who else we got here. Danny Monjaras. Ronnie
That's
says,
my
"Go, go."
husband.
Oh, okay. That's your husband.
Kaylani says, "Go, go." My baby, she wants to go to sleep already. My niece.
Beatriz Rojas, Beatriz de Destino says, hola, amigos.
Hi, Beatriz. How are you? Thank you for joining us.
Said your vocals are on fire.
Thank you.
Marisela Guajardo, preciosa canción. Cantas muy bonita.
Muchas gracias, hermosa, gracias. Una vez más, saludos a todos los que se conectaron con nosotros. Disculpe que la mayoría de la entrevista fue en inglés, pero ahí si tienen alguna pregunta aquí, pónganla en los comentarios y con gusto se los contesto. Y gracias por conectarse con nosotros.
There you go. And we only got a few minutes left here, but
Okay.
do you have any
You're
shows?
like the longest interview in Tejano TV history.
Oh, no.
I'm breaking records all over the place, huh?
Oh, no, trust me. We went longer. We went about 3 hours one night with
Oh, yeah?
Mike Gonzalez. He went about 3 hours. Him and Di Marie.
Oh,
About
saludos.
3 hours or something. So, and I think Shelly Lattis almost went about 2 something. So, it was
Yeah.
quite a bit, 2.5 hours. Do you have any shows coming up?
This summer we're planning on filming. We're doing a Genyva y Adicción live. Like I said, right now I'm concentrating on finishing up the EP to be able to submit it for the Latin Grammys. Right now to me that's where my focus is right now. The Latin Grammys. But this summer we are going to be filming. It's going to be an hour and 20-minute show. We're going to invite our friends from the radio, from media to join us. It's just going to be for about 100 people. And so we're going to be filming in the city of Mission, Texas. And so right now we're working on everything for the production. We're going to be investing in some some equipment and stuff that we're going to be able to replicate when we do our shows, that we can, take with us. Because, sometimes when you have an event, because you have to use whatever they have there. So,
Yeah.
we got to invest in, my husband, shout out to everybody at D&G Custom Cabinets. They're going to be doing all our props for the stage, because we want to do, just something different. We're going to have a lot of props on stage, stuff that we can take with us on the road, and pyros, and just a bunch of different stuff that we're gonna bring it, so hopefully you can invite us to come to a city near you. And I just ask that you continue to request my music, at any Tejano station or regional Mexican station in your area. Just continue to support Genyva y Adicción. The only way that we can continue our careers is if you request our music, if you go to Spotify, Apple Music. My music is available on all digital platforms. I'm available on all social media under Genyva. That's Genyva, like it is right there on the bottom of the screen. And just share this interview, share my music videos. I do this for you, to have music, to touch your heart, to heal your soul, to a song that you can dedicate to the person that you love. We get to communicate through music. A lot of times you're arguing with your significant other, or you can't get your point across. I have music for all types of situations. Casa Triste is a song that I recorded in honor of my late mother. It's a beautiful song, and I recently found out that on TikTok, it's got over 1,700, different people that have shared my sound. And it was very emotional because, you see people from Peru, from Japan, people that I didn't even, know that, listen to Spanish, and you can see them carrying their, the caskets, and, through the villages, and, they're using my sound, Casa Triste. So, every now and then I spend, an hour or two just thanking them, giving them my condolences and thanking them for using my sound. I don't know how many more there is now, but, I do have to make the time to go in there again. But, share our music, with your friends, with your family, request it, download it. I mean, it's only 99 cents. It doesn't cost very much, to have, support. So in order for me to continue doing what I love and doing this for you, I appreciate your support. So again, guys, I thank you for allowing me to connect with your audience. And, I'm appreciative of the support. And I ask everybody to, to log in and vote for El Amor de Mi Vida. The links are in Mas Chingon Radio page on Tejano TV, where you can vote for my new song, El Amor de Mi Vida, for best video, and for the top 20. Is it top 20? Yeah. So, we were blessed that we were number one already on our first, the week after our release, but that doesn't mean we can get to number one again. So I ask that you continue to support me. And like I said, I'm just an inbox away. Any artists that want any advice, anything that I'm an open book, and I'm here to help in whatever I can. And again, thank you so much, Juan and Lisa, for always supporting me. I've known you all for years, and I'm glad that I finally got to meet you, DJ Nune, right? Nune?
Yes.
Yeah, and shout out to D. Sorry that he wasn't able to stay connected with us, but I'm sure that he's watching. So, just thank you for making that connection with me and Delia, and I look forward to seeing you guys, soon in person, and inviting you guys. Hopefully you all can make it out to my live show. And then as soon as my live shows start, coming and getting set up, hopefully I'll be in a city near you, and you guys can come and join me in VIP and hang out with us, and just continue to pray for me too, that God gives me favor, because my heart is in the right place. My intentions are in the right place. And so I just ask that you continue to support me.
There you go.
No, absolutely.
Before we go, let's go ahead and go and do some announcements real quick.
Uh-huh.
Like I said, we are now available on Google Play, so everybody who has an Android can download Tejano TV on your devices, and you can stream Tejano TV 24 hours a day. And of course, it's integrated with Chingon Radio, so you guys can listen to Chingon Radio throughout the day. And make sure you guys, if you guys want to get some shirts, koozies, and tumblers as a gift, make sure you guys purchase them. They're all available on MasterGoRadio.com on our TTV shop site. And for limited time, we got 3 for $50, which is a shirt, koozie, and a tumbler for $50. So I'm going to get that as well. And make sure you guys check out all of our other shows. Of course, DJ Nunes Top 20 Countdown, which you can hear on Chingon Radio, streaming weekly. Brand new episodes every Monday. So make sure you guys check it out. And of course, our shows, our Top 10 Music Video Countdown, the Three Amigos Show, Cantamos con Vicky B, Giras y Desveladas, the Tejano Time Podcast with Keith Leal. And then, of course, we got a brand new show coming up pretty soon with Hacienda International with Michelle Shell. Got a brand new show coming out here pretty soon. And we're working on a couple other concepts for shows for you guys. And, of course, we want to thank Delia Gonzalez, who joined us a little bit ago. D sends his apologies. He was having some internet issues. And, of course, Marcus sends his apologies as well. He was doing an interview on Bumpers Wacky Wednesday, so he was doing
I got to meet Marcus actually at the Grammy block party a few weeks ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I got to meet him.
Nice. And then coming up here in August 16th, they're going to have the first annual Pura Vida Awards, which is going to be taking place at the Tobin Center. And there's going to be a recognition award show for artists and individuals who have made an impact in their line of industry or impacted anything to do with the Latin American market. So be on the lookout for that. Tickets are now on sale at the Tobin Center, or you can go to the puravidaawards.com and purchase your tickets now. It is August 16th. And of course, we're going to have Tejano TV, Chingon Radio is going to be there. We're going to have applications for other media outlets to be there and do some broadcasting and do some interviews. There's going to be a lot of people that are going to be there, a lot of artists, actors that are coming in from out of state and within here in Texas, and a lot of people are going to be there as well. So make sure you guys get your tickets, reserve your tables. Like I said, we're going to have applications for media, so make sure you guys get those as well. And a lot of things are coming up here pretty soon for Tejano TV and Chingon Radio. Like I said, right now we're working on the iOS app for Apple users, iPhone and stuff. Right now we're working on that. It's kind of giving me a headache, but we're going to figure it out one way or another here pretty soon. So be on the lookout for that as well.
Make sure that you invite me.
Yes, I definitely will. Any final words?
No, gracias a todos ustedes por el apoyo here on Tejano TV and Chingon Radio. Y quiero darles gracias a todos que han tenido el tiempo, las 2 horas que estamos con Genyva aquí. Y pues bendiciones a todos. Blessings to everybody. And I really appreciate you sharing your story. Again, sometimes it's not easy. It's never easy to share those kind of stories. But I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart because, again, I know friends and family that have endured it. I know I've gone through it, and it's truly an amazing story that you're sharing.
Thank you
because
so
it really
much.
took for you to wake up, the truck turned around, and you literally went back to bed. You know, so it's an enlightenment from there, and it's growth, and it's part of the community. That's what we want to share it with everybody out here, and I just want to say thank you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
There you go. And also big shout out going out to Myra D as well for all her hard work in the
That
industry.
baby doll, yes.
And she sends her music and everything to Lilah and myself, and she actually gave us a call not too long ago and thanking us for everything that we do for the industry. So Myra, I appreciate the phone call. We both do, and thank you for everything that you do for the industry as well. So but we want to give a shout outs to our sponsors, of course, my baby Lilah Cervantes with Lilah Promotions, Danny Farias, Janie's Record Shop. Thank you, Janie's, for having us at during Fanfare. We're going to do it again. Hacienda International, Archy's Homestyle Burger, and of course, Azul Tequila, the new face of tequila.
I don't have my bottle no more to show because I drank them.
All 7 bottles?
Yeah, bro. They're gone.
Oof. Jeez.
Yeah, they're good. They're good. I'm telling you, I don't have one to show. I'm going to have to fill it up with agua just to show it on here.
Just show it up. All right. But thank you guys so much for joining us here. Thank you, Genyva. We appreciate it. And good luck on everything else. And we're looking forward to the new videos and the singles and the EP that you have.
Thank you so much. God bless you guys. Good night.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I am El Mas Chingon, Juan Mendoza.
This is DJ Nune.
And
And we
Genyva. And Genyva.
All right, we'll see you next week right here on the Three Amigos Show.
Next time on the Three Amigos Show. Next Wednesday, we have on our broadcast the one and only Jaime de Anda. We know him, we love him, and he's ours for one night only. We'll talk about his time with Los Chamacos, Los Furiosos, and his brand new album, Fulando Solo. It's Jaime de Anda, right here on the Three Amigos Show. Brought to you by Mas Chingon Radio, LilahLisaPromotions.com, Hacienda International Productions, musician Danny Farias, Azul Tequila, taste the new face of tequila, Archy's Homestyle Burgers in Cotulla, Texas, Janie's Record Shop in San Antonio, Texas, and Tejano TV. You can view the Three Amigos Show on all your favorite streaming platforms and on all your Roku devices. The Three Amigos Show.